everybody. Today I would like to discuss the negative effects of virtual learning. It is causing today's youth to fall behind social and academically. Today's children will someday be adults and leaders of this country. What long-lasting effects will our children have from lack of social skills and academical skills? Imagine being in a world ran by people who had to educate themselves at an early age. Imagine people did not have the social skills it takes to be successful in everyday life due to being isolated from school at a detrimental age. This could very well be our future. At the same time, I understand we were dealing with a life-threatening pandemic, but when is enough enough? We can socially distance, wear masks, and encourage hand washing, but children need to be in the classrooms with real teachers and their peers. Most children have working parents, and this leaves the child to teach themselves during a virtual learning day. I cannot speak for everyone, but my children did their busy work just to get it done and did not obtain any information or knowledge for one solid school year. Now, as I stated before, today's children will someday be adults and leaders of this country. What long-lasting effects do you suspect virtual learning can cause? Let's discuss the possibilities. My first issue at hand today, virtual learning lacks face-to-face education and communication. Lack of social interaction with virtual learning is causing a negative impact on our youth. Social isolation can lead to depression in many children. And lack of support at home to maintain a virtual learning has become a growing issue. Many children come from rough home lives, and school is the way to escape. The second issue to be discussed today is children view their daily work as busy work rather than a lesson to learn. Access to cheating and lack of motivation in learning are effects from virtual learning. In other words, not giving our children the proper education and social skills development can be detrimental to their future. Our first point, as I previously stated, virtual learning lacks face-to-face education and communication. Kyle Schwartz, a former teacher, stated in his book titled, "I Wish My Teacher Knew," that the most important thing he does in the classroom is to actively build community. Without that, he stated, true passionate and joyful learning is a hard goal to achieve. I do this by creating relationships. Kyle also stated in his book how it is important to remember that the ability to build in connection with children at any age is not a fixed skill that some of us have and some of us do not. All educators can facilitate open communication, build strong relationships, and create a sense of community with the children they interact with. These objectives may not be written in curriculum manuals, but they are essential to education as math and science. This alone highlights the importance of in-the-class learning. School-age children require relationships and comfort. There is no way for a teacher to truly connect and get to know their students unless they are in a classroom together. Therefore, learning cannot take place. No mistake can be more detrimental than assuming virtual learning is the answer. Lack of social interaction with virtual learning is causing a negative impact on our youth. Social isolation can lead to depression in many children. As stated in the Washington Post, March of 2020, if you ask kids today what they dislike most about being forced to stay home during a pandemic, they will say how much they miss their friends. It is no small thing. This affects young people of all ages. A source I have mentioned before, Kyle Schwartz, in his book, I Wish My Teacher Knew, stated, I have consistently taught students who struggle with homelessness. My students have told me they slept in a car the night before. In other words, you never know what a child is going through at home. School is an escape for many students. Children view their daily work as busy work rather than a lesson to learn. I read an online article titled Students Complain Too Much Busy Work Online, that almost 3 in 5 students in a recent survey complain that they are doing more assignments online than they ever did in their in-person classes. And nearly as many protested that much of it felt like busy work. As one student put it, I am less than satisfied with my current learning situation, as professors are using COVID to assign more work with less payoff, as virtual learning is less interactive than regular in-the-class learning. This online news article was a survey of college students dealing with the same issues our children are facing today with virtual learning. If they are struggling to connect the dots, imagine how elementary school children are feeling. No way are they getting the education they need and deserve by doing busy work online. In conclusion, in order for educators to build a connection and community with children, they need to be in the classroom. That connection and education go hand in hand. Children deserve a fair chance in the world. Education is the first step. We cannot take their education lightly. Today's children will be our future educators, doctors, nurses, etc. Hopefully we can figure out and put a plan in place to keep the students in the classroom safely. Thank you all for listening.